for third, fourth grade, fifth, and sixth grade. Let's just keep. I asked Avon, how do you guys do first and second grade flag? Same. So we're gonna just keep it the same. So we have guard, center guard, 1 yard apart, hands kind of thing. Defensive tackles are going to be head up, 1 yard off the ball, and you get one end, right? You can be tight, spread, you can be flex. So I want to get kids to have like exposures to all that kind of stuff. So in our offense, we have a spread, a flex, and a tight, right? Kids kind of like being out here, fun for kids, getting out there kind of thing. So then you have 2 more guys. All right, so you get 2 more backs. So our base formation is what we call red, right? So the red means the X goes right. You call this guy an X for receiver. If it's blue, he's on the left. We call this guy R and the L. And I want an offense where like any kid can get the ball at any given time. So it's like a double slot kind of offense kind of thing. So that's like our base formation, red and blue. We just call him an R and him an L and keep it simple. And then you have a corner who's going to cover that guy, obviously. You have him about 6 yards off the ball. Rule-wise, he could come up. He's on the line, so if he's on the line, he can be covered. The center cannot be covered. It's kind of nice. Just let him snap the ball. We're going to have 1 free safety. He has to be 10 yards off the ball. I think for your age, like 8 yards is fine. You know, if these guys are younger.
So we're not going to play the Greg Williams defense?
I mean, not
20-yard safeties.
Yeah, you can. He's got to be at least 10 yards. So if you want to go ahead and get him, you know, look at the cheerleaders over there. I don't know.
And no headhunting bonuses. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linebackers are 4 yards off the ball.
That's right. That's right.
So, I mean, in this formation, we have 1 linebacker. We have a corner over here. We like to have him about 2 yards wide because of sweeps and that kind of stuff. I tell our corners if it's a tight guy, you basically drop down and become a linebacker. So you're about 4 yards off the ball. And then this linebacker, we kind of call it slide. You usually have 2 linebackers, but you got to cover this guy. In my terminology, we call him a monster if it's a linebacker. If he slides out to the box, we call him a monster. So that's the lineup. These are 4 yards off the ball. Linebackers can't blitz. As soon as the ball snaps, they can go. Defensive tackles are not allowed to go into the A gap unless they're touched. Again, because there's going to be like chickens with a head cut off first and second grade, but those are the rules. If the quarterback runs outside to throw the ball, they have rules like let's let him throw the ball right now. He's not allowed to rush the quarterback. A linebacker outside the box cannot rush the quarterback. This guy can try to get in there, that's fine. Those are like the basic rules. That makes sense. Here's different formations. We have all these adjustments at our level. We're adjusting and let's keep this simple for you guys. So that's red and blue. And then I think for you guys, the only other formation we'll do, we call it Indy for I formation. I like the I. One of our kids' toughness is one of our core values. Getting the Coach Adams will do the stacked I, getting the I and just for the end. Well, we have like 2 plays. We have ISO to the right, ISO to the left, right, and the ISO here, we pass off with, but this play right here, the basically line up the same. Just run, there's your B gap. And I do the plays with the gap, so like I don't do numbers are kind of boring, they talk the country names, I try to use names, and you have little kids, so like, we have obviously the A gap, a B gap, a C gap, and a D gap's kind of out there. So, beast, guess what gap it's going to go in? The B gap, right? So we just use letters. Our jet sweep is called devil because we're trying to get to the D gap. Also, we call this the midline, the middle. So Mudcat is a play because we're running the ball on the midline. We're not going to gap. We're going right downtown. All right, so this play is called Buckeye, right? You know guys know ISO, right? We just drive block. We don't do fancy blocking. We can't even handle it in 6th grade. So we just get really good at standing drive blocking people. Our goal is to push him back 1 step and that's it. If I push him back 1 step, I'm going to let my boy find grass and make a play. So we want to be really nasty drive blockers. That's how we played Rocky River 3rd and 4th grade at padded flag, and those kids are so well coached and they were mean. They were just freaking drove block. My son he played youth tackle for a bit. He's like so mad. They were so good at it. They would just blow him back 5 yards. Like, I want to get the attitude here, so we call that Buckeye, right? Because 1970s, Ohio State Buckeyes, just run an I formation downhill. And then you got a little, we call that Buckeye. It's an amazing play weak side. If you just look at that big gap, it means. Then we have a Buckeye pass. He runs a flag and he runs. We only go to the right side. We call it Indy for I formation, unless it's a left-handed quarterback. But it's like this pass, you just hand off, roll out, just easier to roll out and throw to your right. So why? And I want to teach it to the left. Just wasting time. So that's Indy. That's one formation. Pretty simple. Kids are just going to run around like chickens with their head cut off, and the kid will find a hole and go. Couple base plays in our red and blue. And I don't know how it's going to go for you guys. I really like the jet sweep for like just youth football. But we do down, ready, ready, set, hit on the S and set, hit. This kid just does a short little motion. I mean, he's not far from the quarterback anyway, but just the kid's might not even be ready for that. But he just turns around, right? We call this double right. He's going to turn towards the left to the motion guy. He's going to hide the ball and just takes 2 steps. Step on the midline. Cool. We have our kid, right? After he gets a handoff, right? You get a lot of this kid just blowing this up, right? So he's got to bobble around. We want him going to the sideline. Right? Block, block. It's simple. We just have the quarterback like take a little pass here. Double. Jet sweep. Cool. And we have double pass where like this kid's going to see the motion. He's going to fly up. You come up and it's still a little go route there. And like this kid might be like 4 to 6 yards. For your age, like to throw the ball that far, like you might be like, it's not going to be 10 yards off, you know? So depending on your quarterback or receiver, just adjust it. And then we have Devil Cowboy. What do Cowboys wear? Boots. So it's a boot. So this would be Devil right, Cowboy left, where the quarterback would just run a boot this way. It's like the best play at this level, right? These kids are just going to. So we call it Cowboy. Because eventually we're going to have the center pull on this one. So that if it's a C name, it's going in the C gap. But it's also for the center pulling, so it makes sense that you're not going to have your center pull right now. But if you got a kid that can do it, God bless you. Have him go at it. And then, of course, we got double right, reverse left, right? So you do the boom, the little double thing. Right? Then we have the quarterback. Just become the lead blocker, like he's doing kind of like he's doing. That's like all I think you need. I don't know what more you need than that than like this and this. You're not gonna have a ton of practice time. But we do, if you have some savvy kids, we call this green. Green, that L guy. Green is going to be flexed. He's going to be tight. It's like power football. Kind of like power football. The R is the same. The L is going to come and become a fullback. Cool. Base play. Got a couple things we can do out of here. We call it beast. It's like a quarterback ISO. I think for you guys, just keep it simple. Right? You just block everybody. Easily blocking the quarterback just kind of keeps it, and just quarterback kind of sweep. But he's going in the B gap. We don't want him doing this unless he can bounce, but we want him doing that kind of thing. So it's just be a beast. Just freaking get the snap and go. Nothing complicated. We double team this guy, and then we do this at our level. I don't think you guys are ready to do that kind of make it complicated. We can have beast option where we like don't block that guy. Cool. Goal would be the same thing for the left. Almost done here. Mudcat, M for midline. Again, everybody's drive blocking, nothing's different. It's just really the same no matter what. The fullback's going to go right down the midline. Quarterback has to jump out of his way. Fullback dive right down the middle. And he goes into B gap. So Mudcat and Mudcat keep is the quarterback just keeping it. These kids will just do all this and he keeps it up there. Cool? One more pass play. I think this is your offense. I don't think you need anything more. Beast pass. He's going to roll out. He's going to flare. Here, just hitting his flag. And you can have him run it out or run a flag, but like this rolling out, the nice thing is with like a condensed receiver. Again, throwing an interception is not fun for little kids. I mean, you got all this room to full of flag and just let a kid run under it. So go flags or routes. Trying to throw it to the sideline, trying to throw it to the sideline or throw it to the end zone. Tell the kids like it's we're gonna throw the ball 3 or 4 times a game, but they're gonna be touchdowns. We won't lead, so that's the offense. Defense, just have them get in the stance. And the biggest thing for defense really is just like a read step. If you could have the kids just like pop and just read and let the play develop, that's really it. Just get a good stance, line up right, take a read step, and just go find the football at this age. So, for the most part. Safety, you just get on the field. Any questions on like offense, defense? Terminology, try to make it fun. Like devil, red and blue, green and gold, keep it simple. Indy, Buckeye. You know, playbooks for you guys. Talk about the blocking. So I mean, anything more for you guys? A couple of things. Just a good running back drill. Again, for the sweep, it's just like having 2 running backs, block a guy, go one motion, give him a handoff, and just set some cones up. So he's got a bubble around the cones because we're going to have a hard time with that. Just give the kids cones. Right, we want them going to the sideline. If you have an extra coach, you can have a coach out here and kind of like reads the guy if he cuts it up. Right, find the grass, so just having a little read kind of thing. And that's like it. You know, I think you have to make it too complicated. For receivers, high school receivers coach, I'm really like, I got my way of doing receivers, so that really works. So I teach W's for catching the ball. I think especially for little kids, it's easy, but you just always make a W. I'm always making a W no matter what. Thumbs are together, keep your hands relaxed. Right, the diamond thing, I feel like you kind of get tense. It's almost going to be too hard of a surface, where this is going to be a softer surface for kids. They can stay relaxed. And really the biggest thing is just like keeping this together. You know, keep that together. And then I'm going to make a W, and it's over my shoulders. It's just kind of a consistent thing. So the other thing is, you guys can do this for me, man. Right, you W, you catch the ball with your eyes first, like pulling flags, catch with your eyes. Half of the ball has words on it, the other half is blank. This, the kids hate it, but it's so awesome. So, catch the ball, make your W. Now, you gotta tuck it in, right? When you tuck it in, you're gonna say words are blank. What do you got? Words are blank, right? What's that? You got words are blank. Which one do you see? Blank. So like, it's so beautiful to see a little kid like, right, like looking. It's like makes me so happy. Right, so I make it a fun thing. It's like, you know what? Every time, if it's half and half, you see words, you say words. If you can do that for me, guys. Like, I want our kids awesome at catching the football. Words in blank, and like if I don't hear it, like it's just like, Johnny, I gotta hear it. Like I have to. What is it? Like I need to know words are blank. Just make it fun. But like if you get them in the habit of doing that and tucking the football away, like. They're not gonna like it, but it'll make them better. I've coached a couple all-state receivers, and it was like W's, words in blank. The best drill in the world is if we have the goalpost or something, but like we got the goalpost in the practice field. You put the goalpost and make a W around it, and it forces kids to catch it with their hands. All right, so that's it. If you have the goalpost there. Another one is just have the kids freeze. So make your W, show them your W on. When you catch the ball, freeze. Don't let it hit your chest. And then when I say talk, tell me words are blank. Talk. Like, oh, you look at you're guessing. You're looking at. Just some things like that. Just make sure like they're not catching with their body. Freeze, right? And like you want a high coaching atmosphere. Like okay, hold it till wait till I say talk. You know, little things like that where they're just gonna want to do it their own way. You know, so I like to break the ponies in a little bit. So just some like real simple things like that where they're doing words with blank, over the shoulder kind of stuff. You do the same thing, right? Just stationary kind of drills. For quarterbacks, real quick, so we're all on the same page. I coach high school quarterbacks and kindergarten quarterbacks and everything in between. So like that, some things are kind of the same. So first thing is just we say toes to target. We have the T's. So half the problem is kids are just their toes aren't even where they're little kids. All right. So again, I'm gonna do my eyes first. So I have the guy give me a target. I'm looking at his W's or his numbers, but it's always like I have the basic drills. Just make sure your toes to your target. The second thing is the trigger. Right. So we have the trigger, twist, right, tear away. You want the nose of the ball facing up a little bit, and over that. So Jan taught me that. It's like that's going that way. Over the top, teeth over the top, follow through, right? And they're gonna want to do this. They're gonna. The biggest thing right now is kids just not stepping the target. Their follow throughs, like they're pitching, they're like down here. Your legs are doing all sorts of weird stuff. So if you guys could just do toes to target and trigger and over the top and like some kind of a follow through, whether it's staying tall. There's 100 things to do, but like for your age, like what matters the most. We want to get, and then we'll add a couple more things very level and keep going. So we use like these T things, so it's like easy to remember. High school, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but like our kids don't need that kind of stuff. So T's they can kind of remember. Then we do like easy way and hard way and some different drills. But always make sure like goes to the target over the top. Brian's ready. Look, yes sir. Where's your blank?
Blank.
Any other drills or things that I could like? What else do you need from me right now? That's enough to be dangerous. I hope. You know what I mean? It was just, and I hope you guys.
Just pray that we keep them wrangled.
That's what we do. You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be getting them to line up in a formation and just. And like the first week, maybe it's just a double sweep and like just 1 or 2 plays and that's it.
So Saturday, like what happens after tonight? Like Saturday, what?
So you're going to be in your teams.
So we break up in the teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, again, head coaches, you got binders. I don't know if you guys want to like text or email your team or whatever, or if you want me, I can email and just put the roster out. Whatever you guys want to do, but you're gonna want to like have parent communication, email your team between each other, figure out like you got a couple of part-time guys working together, figure out who's gonna be that guy, the parent communication, make an email chain. So what I like to do is have an email thread and a text thread. So most of the stuff would be through emails, but like for emergencies, I want to make sure everybody's phone number, if like there's thunder or lightning or that kind of thing, or something you got to get across quickly. Or if you guys want to do an app or whatever. However you want to do a team communication. That's the other thing that gets the next step.
Our roster's final, Joel.
I think, again, if a couple dads coach who aren't on the list, we got to move kids around.
So by Saturday, probably.
Yeah, and if we got to shuffle, we got to do what we got to do. I mean, the biggest thing is coaches and coaches teams and that kind of thing. So, first and second graders, man, as long as they have fun, we get it lined up. So yeah, that's to me not hard written in stone.
I got a kid who's got a youth large shirt.
And I try to get a couple extra week-size jerseys if kids rotate teams or whatever. And then Saturday, it's like up to you guys. I mean, it's all you. I mean, do some drills, do a little more. You take your team and you're going to go. You're going to want to I would practice. Do some W's, do some blocking, flag pulling drills. I would probably spend half the time doing drills and about half the time practicing plays. And again, finish with some kind of fun flag pulling drill or some kind of fun.
Are the flags going to be there?
Yeah, I'll have a bit. I just have a bin of flags. So we just got those little clip-on ones. So I'll have the kids with bring a flag. I got the rec center's extra flags. I ordered like flags for you guys. It's been nuts. Everything's late. There's like a factory that burned down for a Dallas supplier. There's like little plastic components in a ship in the Philippines that came late. So like we have some shoulder pads we haven't got yet. There's some big flags we ordered 2 months ago aren't in yet. So in the season, the rec center's been so awesome with us. So I did order like extra flags just for your program. Gosh, it's so easy for you guys. You don't need a ton of stuff. You're a little jealous, kind of like, you want to switch with me? But I think you practice getting in a huddle, just throw some kids. I mean, try to get a sense in the first 30 minutes who's the running back. I'd have like maybe 2 kids that are quarterbacks. I already have kids like maybe rotate quarterback. Like this, like get every kid to play quarterback at least once through the season. But I suggest having like 2 to 3 kids who can actually, like, honestly at your age, just like say the cadence right. I mean, some kids just can't do that. You know what I mean? Some kids can't play first base and catch the ball, or you're not put them there. You know what I mean? Like, make sure they can do the cadence. Make sure they can like just turn around and do a handoff. That's the biggest thing. Is like you're not gonna throw the ball that much. If you can just do this, and do a huddle. Maybe just practice getting in the huddle and coming up and doing that kind of stuff. I guess that'd be my suggestions.
Okay.
But if you could just practice the sweep play. And maybe the pass playoff or like one other secondary playoff, that would probably be my sweep. Because kids just like running sweeps, first and secondary football. Make sure kids get breaks. Like every time you get a water break, get water breaks, but make sure like don't just sit down to get water without like a break. Blue Devils, or sometimes like the kids pick one. Our kids like Chick-fil-A, like they love doing Chick-fil-A as their break. Just let them have fun kind of stuff. Like the other day, this kid Charlie Hill's mom bought popsicles, so like the one kid's like, Charlie's mom on 3, it was like awesome, So make sure doing that little stuff. I like the toes behind the line thing. I know first and second graders, you'd be middle of the season. I don't know, how hardcore you want to be with discipline, but wet. So again, if we get an interception, we say wetsuit. We'll beat the shit up. So we have wetsuit on our practice jerseys. We're gonna have wetsuit. If you get a wetsuit in a game, you're gonna get a wetsuit T-shirt to wear to school. So that's what that means. So pass ball wetsuit, something you can throw to the kids. So we have the same kind of stuff in each level. Still any questions? This feel like good like for Saturday?
Yeah.
Good enough for like guys know what to do. Like
And this is at the middle school, right? The old middle school?
old middle school. So
Yeah.
I'll be there probably at 7 o'clock in the morning because I'm just I'll be there early, man. So I'll say get there a little bit early, and I'll get some. Head coach is take your ball bags home. We're ready to go. Let's finish with this baby. I got your binders. I got the rookie flag one. Make sure you guys have these. So I'll give it for you guys. Sean, grab one. Matt, the other team, we don't have a head coach yet, so I'll figure it out. Again, there's a list of your players. Again, it's all the players, just pre-K to 2nd grade. So emails and phone numbers, incident reports in the back, and you got sheets. I'm gonna get plays printed this weekend. I might not have them Saturday, but when I get them, I'll just give them to you. You guys can put them in the sheets. So you're just like, okay, this is what's gonna be like. All right, Johnny, you're the L over here. He's gonna forget after 5 seconds later, and it's gonna be like really patient, but just like we're gonna make it big so you can kind of see it. You might have.
It's gonna be just like it was in high school.
Just see what this is what's gonna look like, guys. It's like kind of sheets like this. Right here, you know what I mean? We have the same playbooks. All right, you're the L, you're the R. X, you're going to be over, this is blue, so you're going to be over here. You're going in motion. And if your kids might not be old enough to go in motion yet, maybe you just slide him in a little bit. I mean, like there's no tackle. He's like so close to the quarterback already. So you might even need to go in motion at this age. But probably just defensive linemen aren't blowing up the guards at this point. So you might not even need that part yet. So maybe you add it halfway through. So we'll have this kind of stuff for you guys too. Again, make it easy for you. And if you want to make your own plays, draw them up on cards and throw them in there, kind of thing. Picture day information that should be coming out soon. Picture day, youth night. Oh, and probably the most important thing is the championship game. I still got to book it. I want to make it really fun. I want it to be under the lights, probably a Saturday night. But we're going to play each team twice, right? So blue will play gold twice. So it'll be 6 games. October 9th will be under the lights. We'll get your Molly to come there and announce and make it fun. And I want to make like an award. I just love that moment where you hold a trophy up. You know what I mean? Like, So build that experience for kids. I want to make some kind of fun trophy that the winner gets to actually hold it up and get the picture. One kid's laying down and, make it fun for the kids and the goal team, whatever. We'll have a consolation game for third and fourth. Probably get some nice trophies. I want it to be first class. We'll have trophies just for the team that wins the championship. That's how it should be. Rookie flag will, give those guys something. You know what I mean? I want to be, something fun. We're also probably going to do some kind of like end of the season banquet kind of thing, and we want it to be legit. We want kids to be excited. We want to recognize kids at the end of the year. We want to recognize our sixth graders when they graduate. We'll do special stuff for them. We'll give them like a special hoodie or something that they graduate the program. And I want you guys, like, you guys to see that. That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Have special week with you. Our older kids make a practice every year. It's called the Ironman Award. If you make every practicing game, you get a shirt. We do a coloring contest. The kids can actually draw a picture and submit it. And Mike Connors at Mitos picks the winner. Sal's son Mickey actually won. His drawing is in the shirt that all the kids have. So just try to do fun stuff like that go above and beyond just the football part. But it's in your hands, guys. Let's make it awesome. Make it awesome for them. I'm really, honestly, so excited we have this. This is the first year our organization is doing your-age youth football, and I just feels confident you got the right guys in this garage right now. So I see one more guy in the garage. One more guy to get in here. And again, we'll do fun stuff. Again, I hope you guys move up through the program if you like it. We try to keep it fun, and for the coaches too. So we also do in the spring. We do a coaches clinic with the high school coaches, where the coaches come and teach us their drills and stuff. So we're all kind of integrated. And I want you guys to be friends with the high school coaches. This just builds kind of a community. So Blue Devils on 3. That's all I got for you guys. Guys, thanks so much.